Can you hear it loud and clear? Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to GM32, the Hockey Podcast. I'm Vito Scaringi.
I'm Carson Johnstone, and we got two co-hosts with us tonight. Our first bench brawl, if you will. The Slim Reapers joining us.
Boys, what's up? We're happy to be back. I mean, this is shades of the first episode again. We're fired up to be with you.
Absolutely. And we got my buddy. Turned down AA contracts all around. What's going on, Matty Reynolds?
Well, I mean, Vitz, you can't just give that stuff away. It's easy to turn down a AA contract when you're going to play for the Pete Roses.
The Pete Roses, baby. Attaboy. Matty, welcome to the show.
No, thanks
for taking the tab. Thanks for knowing your role and hopping in here tonight.
Oh, thanks for having me back, boys.
Absolutely. Carson, we got a great one tonight. We got your buddy.
Yeah, I played with him for a couple years over in Europe, actually. We spent some time together. It was awesome. Great dude. Loves his movies, loves his TV shows. Tough little guy for a guy that's not the biggest. He's got the heart the size of this room and tough as nails.
No, absolutely. And who we're talking about here? Tyler Lepore. What a beauty. He's going to be great. Welcome to the show.
All right, guys. Welcome back to GM32, the Hockey Podcast. We're excited tonight. We got Porzy on with us, Tyler Lepore.
Yeah. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Porzy. How you doing, kid?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. Fucking excited to be here. Oh,
I
can't
It's all good.
Yeah, you're fine.
You can swear. You can
all
swear.
right.
Absolutely, you're good
We
to
got
go,
the
man.
explicit content.
Yeah. A couple bombs are okay.
I'll keep that in check. Don't worry. I'll keep that in check for sure.
Man, we got a good one tonight. We got a good one for all the listeners out there. We actually got we got the Slim Reaper out there. We actually got a full bench brawl going on today. We got the fifth man in. We got Matty Reynolds here too. Matty, how you doing?
Doing good, buddy. Just having
Good. Thanks
Back
for
by popular demand.
Yeah, absolutely. Matty by popular demand and Slim Reaper by
Just astonishing amount of requests.
astonishing. It's
to have the
incredible.
Reaper on.
It's incredible. Thank you guys for the love.
Everybody loves the Reaper Reels on
Yeah.
Instagram. It's been great.
Oh, it's been awesome. But
Anyways.
Porzy made the trip down from B-Town, eh?
Yeah, I figured it was about time I got down here. Carson, he's been telling me I need to get on, and I know I just haven't seen him in a while. He's got the new place here, and you guys are killing it with the podcast lately. So, I want to be a part of it, and yeah, thanks for having me.
Beauty man. We're pumped. It's gonna be a good one tonight.
Yeah, man, we got a lot of good stories. I mean, we played together in Denmark and Sweden. Fun. It's actually a cool story. We'll get into later. But we like to always just start off kind of with guys telling us their story, a little bit about growing up playing hockey. I know you played against Vito, right? So that's
we'll
kind
get
of part
into
of that story too. But tell us about just some of your development and growing up in Burlington, playing hockey, and then juniors, and just a little bit of your story, right? And then then we'll get to where we were.
Yeah, so like you said, we just recently met a few years ago, and then Vito, we grew up playing against each other. But so I grew up in Burlington, played for the Eagles growing up. I played up and down AA and AAA for the first few years. It was kind of just battling with coaches, with size and all that, especially our time growing up, that was kind of the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Up and down AA, AAA, and then played 2 years in midget. I was going to play my second year in midget. I was supposed to play for the Cougars, and then they're like, you might be our 10th forward, so is it really worth it? We want to keep you developing. So I was supposed to go to the Blythe program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they ended up falling through. They didn't have the Blythe, it didn't work out. So Blythe ended up happening a few years later. But
sorry, Porzy, to cut you off. You said Cougars. What is that? The Burlington Cougars?
Yeah,
in the
Burlington
OJ?
Cougars in the OJ.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
I played
continue
there. So before I ended up playing there, I went back to midget for a second year. I thought that was great for me. I actually played. I played a lot more, I was dependent on a lot more, so obviously that was better than sitting up in the stands versus,
For sure.
Obviously, so I think that's big for a lot of guys to realize, you don't need to rush to the next level, take your time, and obviously the more you're playing, that's obviously going to be better for you, so obviously think about that.
Yeah, it's a longer development, right?
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, and I went to the Cougars as an 18-year-old. That was my first year there. It was pretty good. we ended up making a decent run. We ended up losing, I think, the second round. Played 2 years there. Went to the Cougars, Caledonia Corvairs for my overage year.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, ended up finishing that year winning the Sutherland Cup.
You had a huge playoff too.
You guys had a great playoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
He specifically had a huge playoff.
Yeah. We had a pretty good run there. I think we only lost like 5 or 6 games in playoffs and maybe 3 in the
You guys
whole,
won the Sunday
season.
that year, right?
Yeah. I ended up scoring the game winner in like the final Sutherland Cup game, like, which was a pretty good way to end off the career. Like that felt like
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great group of guys there. Yeah. Obviously, like, rest in peace to Kenny Hill. Like he was a great owner there, and we had a blast with him. Like he did so much for us there. So obviously I want to thank him for that. He obviously passed away suddenly a few weeks ago.
Yeah, poor Kenny and his family, obviously. But that Corvairs organization, I mean, you have a different perspective. A lot of guys like playing against that organization have obviously an extremely negative bias towards it. But you playing there, like, how did it feel being a part of Caledonia? You must have loved it there.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, so I went there obviously my last year because I don't know. I was thinking, like, I wanted to win, like, I know they had a good reputation of winning there. I had a few guys that I played against growing up that were there, and like a few guys that were from Burlington originally that were there as well. So like I talked to them, I reached out to them, and like everything I heard was just kind of good words about them. So like I ended up meeting with them, met with a few other teams, but just from what from what I heard from the meeting, I was sold, and like, yeah, it obviously ended up working out great for me in the long run. I met a lot of great guys there, like still talk to them all there, and like obviously, like, winning a championship, you make like a lot of great friendships there. Like you go through a lot, right? So it was just a great time there for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, good to hear.
No, yeah, absolutely. So let's go back here a little bit. So you said you were up and down, kind of in minor hockey. I kind of only remember you playing AAA. I didn't know you were up and down. I remember you being a great player. You guys had a great team there in Burlington too, right?
Yeah.
A couple guys.
One guy, Josh Anderson.
One guy in the NHL right now. A couple good guy in the coast, Slater. And you guys had a good team though. So how'd you kind of stay mentality wise? How'd you kind of stay on the straight and narrow there and kind of force yourself to keep going? Like what were you thinking? What were you striving for? How'd you make it? How'd you accomplish it?
Yeah, so I played novice. I was AA. That was my first year rep. Went AA, AAA, AA, AAA, and then I'm pretty sure actually from Bantam up it was just AAA.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that was probably where you started to really remember me more. Yeah, Josh Anderson, good buddy of mine, great teammate. He's having a heck of a year in Montreal. Slater Doggett, another good buddy of mine I grew up playing with in Burlington. He ended up going to the GTHL, I think around probably Bantam and then on.
Yeah.
But he was playing in the East Coast, and then I went out to Slovakia, with everything that's going on.
No, I got one for you. You ever play with he was one of my good buddies too. You remember playing Matt Berenz?
Yeah.
Oh,
Matt
what a
Friends,
beauty,
yeah,
eh?
yeah. He ended up going to Niagara. That's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah,
He started out for us too, but he kind of got jerked
Great
around a little
goalie,
bit.
yeah,
What a
great
stud goalie, man.
Yeah, he
what a
killed
stud
it.
guy too. And good shout out.
You still talk to him?
Once in a while I reach out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I miss him. We used to hang out all the time.
I see him. I'll see him downtown Burlington every now and then.
Joe Dogs or whatever the place is.
Joe Dogs, the coop,
Yeah.
and then obviously Shane Conacher, like he was another good player. He stopped playing a while ago, not a while ago, last year, but another great guy, had a great career. He ended up playing a bit in the A and set a few records, or I don't know if he actually set any records. His brother definitely set a bunch at Canisius, but
his brother plays in the show, right?
No, he plays. He's playing out in Europe now. He's in Switzerland in the NLA.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he played in Tampa.
Yeah, okay.
He did. Not anymore though.
Yeah, okay.
He played in Tampa. He played in Ottawa, Buffalo.
Nice.
Now he's playing in the NLA in Switzerland. He played out there before. He won the MVP out there. He won the championship out there, and figured he'd go back out there again.
Beauty.
So going back to your career, at the end of juniors, you went to college too. You spent a year in Morrisville, and then you ended up transferring to Adrian, right? So, how was that experience for you?
Okay, so yeah, so my freshman year at Morrisville, we had 8 freshmen going in, and then we had 1 senior. But his freshman class, they had 10 freshmen. So through the 4 years, this coach, and the coach's first year was his freshman year as well. You know what I mean? He got promoted from assistant coach. So through those 4 years, he had 9 guys. He had 9 guys drop out or leave or transfer. So, like, I didn't really know that going in. But, like, when I went down, he seemed kind of, like, a little odd, but, like, decent guy, whatever. And I knew the guys that were there before, they had some good players. And, like, it just looked like a pretty good perspective. We had it was in the Suniac, you know, good conference.
Yeah.
Oswego, Plattsburgh, Geneseo. So I was like, you know what, it'll be some good exposure. We had an awful year. Won maybe 4 or 5 games, you know, like it was just, it wasn't like the guys, it just, you know, we had awful practices, you know, awful drills, just it wasn't a good atmosphere, and like no one really wanted to be there. But great time off the ice, you know, like that was the only way to get through the year, right?
Yeah, we honestly just sorry to cut you off.
No worries.
Johnny and I, Slim over here, we had a similar experience in Portage, and we kind of found that as much as like, you know, at the rink we were kind of like disengaged and frustrated. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. But you know, off the ice, like with the guys, we came really close. You know, so was that similar to your experience?
Yeah, man, exactly. Like, you know, you got to do that. Like we had a similar experience in Cougars. My first year in Cougars, my second year in Cougars. Like we didn't have the greatest year, but we had a great group of guys, and you know, like that's the only way to get through a long year, right? Like you come to work, like when you're at the rink, obviously, like it's a grind, it's a battle, but you got to reward yourself off the ice, right? So that's the only way to do it, and you build some great relationships, and you got great camaraderie, and you know that guy's gonna go to work for you on the ice the next day because, like, you know, like you put that work in together, you put that fun in, or you have that fun afterwards, right? So.
Absolutely, you guys just kind of it's a brotherhood, right? And that's
exactly.
kind of what our sports. You kind of see that growing up too. It's awesome.
Yeah. So moving to Adrian, you had a different experience.
So yeah, so then you know, with going to Morrisville, with just going to the States, you know, it was the dollar back then. It was kind of tough, you know. So I was like, I wasn't having a great time there. I didn't want to be at the rink, so I honestly I decided to stop playing hockey altogether, right? So I went home, I just started working, and then I didn't play in September. I wasn't playing.
Wow.
Around, like, I don't know, maybe end of October, November, I started missing it again because I was playing men's league with my buddies back home, obviously, just to stay on the ice. And, sorry, I got something in my throat there.
It's okay. Get it out.
So it was around October, November. Like, I was like, I'm missing it. I want to get back into the game. Got a couple buddies on the D3 team at Adrian and a couple buddies on the ACHA team at Adrian. Just didn't work out that I couldn't go to the D3 team, so I started talking to the ACHA coach. They had a great program there too. Like
they do have a good program there.
Yeah, you know, I had a couple buddies there that were from Burlington. A good buddy of mine, Brad Coburn. This guy had set records there for like 40, 50 goal seasons, like most goals for an Adrian player in a career. Like this guy could just put the puck in the net from anywhere, right?
Wow.
So like I knew it was going to be like a decent time going there, and like I knew I was going to be I was walking back into like a winning atmosphere, winning culture, and like that's what I was coming from Caledonia, right? So I was pretty excited. It was, even though it was only going to be, I was getting there for like the second half of the season, right? So I was just kind of excited to get back on the ice, and you know. We ended up going to nationals. We lost again maybe 3 games all season, and we lost in the semifinals of nationals. So like that was kind of tough, but I mean it was obviously a great run again, and you make those great relationships. But school obviously it was a great time. It's a little bit different than junior. But yeah, like I mean.
So I wanted to ask you about just your transition from the one school to the other, from Morrisville to Adrian, and I know, just for the audience, I went to Minot State, which is also in the ACHA.
Yeah.
we did miss each other by a year or two, but I had so much fun there, and I had a blast, and really enjoyed the kind of the independent schedule. And I was just wondering, was there much difference did you find in terms of the on ice play, or like the scheduling, or anything like that between Morrisville and Adrian?
No, you just mean like between like NCAA, like D3
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
honestly, like no, like to be completely honest, I think like the way Adrian ran it was 10 times better than Morrisville. Like
Yeah.
I had a great time in Morrisville. I met some great people, great teachers and stuff. But like the way the AD director just wasn't a big fan of hockey. Like to be
Yeah.
honest, like he was just football, right? So.
And was the level pretty similar too?
Hoc-
The level of
yeah,
play?
competition. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's some great schools in that league. I mean, obviously, it's like every league. Like
Yeah.
there's going to be a couple at the bottom that weren't the greatest, but like
Yeah.
there's a few that were up there for sure. Michigan, Dearborn was up there for
Mhm.
sure. A couple other ones, but yeah.
Yeah, right
So
on.
now, as far as transitions go, how do you think the transition was going from Adrian and then stepping into your first season pro in Europe?
So yeah, no. So for the transition from school to Europe afterwards, I mean, I felt I was pretty good with it. I did some good skating, some good skates, and some workouts. You know, I skate with some good guys in Burlington. There's a few pro guys out there, and I did twist for a while.
This is good, man.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's a good program. Like it's right at the top of the rink too, right? So like it's easy access,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I mean, I ended up meeting Cars out there, and we clicked automatically. I mean, it was just a weird, long story how we ended up meeting
Yeah.
out there. But like when you got guys on the ice that you can kind of work out there with, and you know where each other is, it's not that hard of a transition. Kind of
You know what?
makes
You know,
it
I'm
easier.
gonna. You know what? Let's get right into it. You know, we started kind of with it, and I kind of want to. You guys got some great stories. You guys, I didn't get to hear earlier, and I kind of want to hear it. So you guys on the same plane flight together in Denmark? You guys just meet each other there?
No, so Cars was there, I think, a day or two earlier, or maybe
It might have been like hours before.
yeah, I was gonna say
Same
it might
day.
have been the same
Same
day.
day.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was the same day. No. One night alone. You got there
Because
the
you
next
were just
morning.
coming back from the gym when I
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
the
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Yeah,
There
you go.
yeah.
I had
Cars
been
was
there one
Cars
night.
was training. He was getting the work in before the season.
Did you know he was coming, Cars?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
but we didn't know we were staying, and this is where the story gets a little interesting.
Okay. We
But
like.
did
it.
you guys know each other before this?
No, not at
Okay.
all.
We had talked like in a Facebook group chat,
Oh yeah.
but like briefly. It wasn't anything crazy. Like and like we didn't really know each other, but like I mean we're pretty close guys. Like or like location wise, like he's Niagara, I'm Burlington, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
We knew some mutual people, but we had never met.
I'm glad you just mentioned that we had talked in that Facebook
Oh.
chat, because a really great story. So Stina, shout out to Stina. She was an amazing woman. Our
Yeah, she,
billet mom ended up being our billet mom for the year, which is hilarious, but it was a great time. But either way, so she asked us in this Facebook group chat and says, just, hey guys, I'd like to, get a feel for like what you like to eat. Is there anything that you don't like? So I reply first, and I say, yeah, you know what, I'm pretty easy. Like, it's all good. Just like, I'll eat anything, just whatever. Which, I mean, technically I got a problem with like onions, and that's basically it. So I
Big
mean, that,
problem with onions.
I didn't really mention that, but I just was trying to be easy. And Tyler replied with a similar response. So I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good. And Tyler,
yeah, I said, I'm pretty easy too. Like just thinking like whatever. If I don't like it, I won't really eat it.
Often.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal. I wanted to make it simple for them. Reality, I'm kind of a picky eater, but like, I whatever. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to make it easy for them. Like I wasn't trying to be a hassle, so.
yeah, it was just hilarious because later on through the year, like Stina would say like, well, Pierre, the guy who
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
dad.
they would always, they would
He
just
would
give
bug
me a hard
Tyler
time, and
so
like, I mean,
much.
obviously, like, hey, you know what? I was trying to help you guys out. You guys were great to us, so
Yeah.
I just wanted to make it a little easier on you, and they would obviously make it hard on me.
He's
So
like, Tyler, why don't you eat man food? It was awesome.
That's
Oh,
that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Anyway, so how we got there
oh yeah, this is a
was
great story.
pretty interesting. So we had the same agent. I think I don't know if I've mentioned him.
No,
on this
I don't think you
podcast
have,
before.
to be honest.
Anyway, we don't really have to go into exactly who he is, but long story short,
We can just say there is an article we found afterwards that was called like the blacklist, and this guy was turned out to be blackballed out of like the hockey community, which we should have found out earlier. But
yeah, a lack of due diligence on our part. But I mean, you're young guys like trying to get to Europe, and you know,
I was also recommended this guy. Sorry to cut you off, but I was recommended this guy by a buddy of mine who I kind of didn't finish the story. We had 8 guys in the freshman class of Morrisville, and like 5 of us left after that year. And so one of them went to Europe, to Sweden, when I went home, and then went to Adrian. So this guy used this agent to get to Sweden. He said he's a family friend, good buddy of mine. So I'm not gonna get into his name or whatever. Good buddy, good teammate, good player. Worked out great for him. He had a decent career in Sweden, good career in Sweden. But I don't know. This guy, obviously, because he didn't know me or Carson, I guess he didn't want to help us out.
So basically, he had us on contracts that said we were going to Sweden. And with both of us, he said, well, you know, you've got to go to Denmark because your visas are like being done or they're not done yet or whatever. Gave us some song and dance. So we went to Denmark to skate, you know, just to skate for like a couple weeks. But
we were gonna be there for a few weeks until our visa was done. He wanted us to get our legs going, get used to the time zone. You know, he gave us the whole runaround.
Song and dance,
yeah, exactly. So
we get there, and like, so Carson's there, and we start talking, right? Like, whatever. Hey, how's it going? Where you from? Blah blah blah. So we start going, like, you know, anything about really what's going on here, like. Because he had been told, like, he didn't need to sign up for his visa until he got there. Yeah. I was told to sign up for my visa before I left. And then we started talking, like, he knew people that were with this agent that had shown up to Sweden, and their teams didn't even know about them coming down. They didn't have places ready for them when he told them they had houses for them and stuff. Like, I think that's what happened to Parks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly what happened to Parksy. So
and Parks was with this guy.
Here we are, So here we are in Denmark, and we're skating with this team. And the coach goes, "All right, like I want to sign you guys." And we're like, "What do you mean?" Like we
have teams we're going to.
Yeah, we thought we had teams we're going to, and all this. And he goes, well, why would you be here then? Which, after the fact, makes way too much sense. Why would we go skate with a team just to get us ready to go somewhere else? You know, like, I don't know. But we trusted this agent. But anyhow, it was funny. So we had talked to the coach, and you know what? We were comfortable, already settled there. And,
yeah.
You know, liked each other, and we were playing together. So
devil you know is better than the devil you don't, right? Yeah, we knew what we were getting ourselves into, and from hearing what these guys were getting themselves into in Sweden, who knows if we were gonna have anyone ready to pick us up or what? Like,
exactly. So
they were saying they were gonna pay for our flights too. Like, like if we get there, what's going on? You know, like who knows? So we just decided to stay there. We thought like we had a good little connection, so we thought it would be all right, and we kind of just decided to stay.
Yeah, and it ended up being a great year. Another, now business partner of mine, Nikita Mandrick, he joined us partway through the year, and it was just a great year, hilarious times, and just playing in that league, and man, it was just awesome. I remember Nikita a couple of times just getting into it with Renee in the room. The one story is awesome. And after the game, Renee comes in, and because he used to live with Renee, and Renee wanted him to hurry up. So he's like, Nikita, I will leave without you. And he goes, calm down, man. And he goes, I'm not retarded. You are retarded. And Nikita's like, what are you talking about? I just told you to calm down.
Yeah, this guy, like, great guy, like, but this guy would just freak out and would just lose his all emotion. Like, if we had a bad game, like, we hardly ever had bad games. We were a pretty solid team in that league, were we not?
Yeah, honestly, I thought we played pretty good. Our record, we missed the. Oh my God, this is guy, the best story.
I don't know. He just kind of like he really cared about the team, but like he kind of just went a little too over the line, even though like nothing really bad would happen, if you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah. So say nothing bad happens, I believe that, but I also believe a story that I've been told, and I kind of want you to fill our listeners in on this one. What happened in your last game in Denmark?
Okay,
I
mean it's nothing like.
Oh, it's
so. This is another thing. Like this guy, like. I don't know. It was probably like it was probably like, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 minutes left in the third period. I'd say we were down, what, maybe 6-1, 6-2? Something like that. Maybe a little more. I don't know. we hadn't played in maybe a month, right?
It was about 3 weeks the way our schedule went. We
Yeah,
hadn't played a game
so
in 3 weeks.
we weren't making playoffs. Like, we were ready to go home, but like we were like, whatever. We wanted to keep hanging out there. We were having a good time. Like, it was a good group of guys. We wanted to extend it a little more, you know, spend some more time with these guys and experience it a little more. Who knows if we were gonna have a chance to be back there or not.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we end up sticking around. Game comes around, we're playing, and I don't know. I was tight. I was sore. Like, we hadn't been doing anything. There's 12 minutes left, and like, I don't know. I don't think I did anything crazy. Like, I didn't think I was doing anything bad or not trying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain what he thought I was doing. I can't even figure it out.
But he benched him.
Yeah, like,
Sits him
You're
down.
holding this one in forever.
Man,
But he
like,
benched him.
I don't know.
awful.
I'm
Why?
still kind of like
Dude,
mind blown.
the best part, Nikita and I are howling because at this point it's funny. It's our last game. We're missing the playoffs. We waited around 3 weeks just to play this game. Tyler's going back to Canada. We can't come back.
And like,
And he benches him. It was hilarious, dude.
this guy, like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what to say. I was like, man, this is my last game. Like, whatever. You want to be like that. I didn't want to put up a big stink about it. Like, we were flying out the next day.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, whatever. It is what it is. I'll finish the year off on the bench, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Dude,
I got a quick question too about just kind of about imports on like European teams. So was it just you three were the three North Americans on that team?
Yeah,
or?
Yeah, it was just the three of us as North Americans. We had a goalie from Lithuania. I don't know how the cards worked in that league, to be completely honest, Karst. Do you?
What's that, sorry?
Do you know how the import cards worked?
In Denmark?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So their top league, I know for sure, has 6 spots, 6 import cards. I'm pretty sure though goalies count for 2 or something. There was like a weird rule about that.
But then
and in our league, like the one we played in Denmark too, I'm pretty sure there was also like 6 to 8 or something like that. But hardly.
But
any
did it count for
teams.
Europeans or no?
I'm not 100% sure.
Because we were the only 3 North Americans.
So, which it was, yeah, it's kind of leading me. Oh, wow, carry the one stuff.
Come on, Slim.
Okay, take 2.
Rewind.
Which was kind of leading me into my next question was, I know actually, ironically enough, you just mentioned Lithuania. I played my first year of European hockey over there, and I had an American roommate. Shout out to my buddy Alex Martel. And it was absolutely massive to have just another kind of North American with me, just culture-wise and things like that. And it kind of gave me a bit of a perspective and kind of a respect for a lot of Europeans that come over and play in North America too. Like I think of, a lot of Russian guys coming into the NHL, and Nail Yakupov, a guy I remember reading about, obviously had a bit of a tough career in his NHL career, but I remember, watching him, and he had such an unbelievable talent, and just couldn't quite kind of put it together to reach his potential in the show, and I couldn't quite understand it. And eventually, I kind of read some articles about, how he was feeling homesick and things like that, and just how important that is, and so I don't even know if there's really a question in all this, but I just guess maybe you could speak to kind of.
Yeah, no, I get what you're trying to say for sure. I actually took when I was at Morrisville and Adrian, I was studying sports psychology, because I was thinking when I was at school, I was like, I was hoping to try and be involved with the game somehow, afterwards when it's all said and done. I didn't want to give it all up completely. So I figured that was my best way. I had played against a few guys growing up, playing against guys that kind of had struggled, if they got cut from teams. One guy we played against growing up, I don't know, you remember Terry Trafford, obviously.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
He
struggled,
crazy,
obviously,
man.
too. So, that was kind of a big thing, too. That was I think it might have been maybe just after our draft year, but yeah,
Yeah, it was.
kind of struggled in the O, wasn't getting the ice time, and just felt like he didn't deserve to be here, I guess, and obviously he did, and that kind of just put me in that direction. I figured, I didn't know what I was going to do after hockey. I honestly, I'm working now, I'm painting, obviously I'm doing pretty well, but I still don't really know what I really want to do. Hockey was always my number one thing, right? So I figured, I didn't finish school. I figured school's not going anywhere because I wanted to go and play in Europe, obviously, afterwards. So, like, when I go back to school, that's going to be, like, what I finished doing, sports psychology. But, yeah, I figured that's how I'm going to be still involved with the game afterwards. And I think that's, that's pretty important for kids to remember, like, even if, like, you're struggling, like, there's a lot of people out there for you to talk to. I know it's a great thing, the game. It is. I love it. It's a lot for me, like, in my life. It honestly has been my whole life. But I mean,
It's good.
it's not enough to just kind of just give everything up for. So just remember that, guys. And so sports psychology. Another thing. That's what I wanted to look
just kind of
into.
butt in there. It's Ty. Like, yeah, no, absolutely. Like, that's kind of what we kind of been talking about pretty recently on the show too, since we have had Brady and and Ant and whatnot on the show.
I heard that episode. Sorry to cut you off. That was a great episode too.
So we're all about that. It's all about, like, hockey's a great game. It's a great escape for everybody, for all of us. I know we all use it in different ways, but we all use it as an escape
and a learning tool. Yeah.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, there's your mental issues are more than hockey, and it's nothing. It's wrong to not speak out.
Yeah.
And not talk about it, and
100%.
you have your teammates, you have everybody there, and don't be scared to speak up, because it is more than just a game.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And
I think that's why it's important that we talk about it on podcasts and things like that too, or any kind of platform where, there could be young hockey players listening, or any hockey players listening, even older guys, right? Like, reach out to people. It's not embarrassing. There's no reason to feel ashamed of, going through something. Everybody goes through stuff. And anyways, I'm glad we've had this as a common theme recurring on the podcast here. So
100%. Well, just to tie it back, like when I was at Morrisville, like, like I said, we were a great team. Like, when I was at the rink, like, it was the first time that I really didn't want to be at the rink. Like, I usually wanted to spend my day at the rink. Like, we had our own rink there. We could skate all day if we wanted to, if we didn't have class or whatever. But, like, after a few losses started to pile up, like, you just didn't want to be there. And I'd never felt that way before. And that was kind of why I decided to just stop playing when I went back home. And I mean, obviously, like, you got to do what you got to do. And then I started to miss it, so that was the reason why I went back. So, obviously, like, I mean, if you got to take time away, then step away, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. So, let's kind of dive back in your career here a bit. So, after Denmark, you guys finished off with some lack of TOIs in your last game there. So you guys went on to what? You guys both went to Sweden, right? Same team there?
So I ended up a couple of buddies, or a buddy of mine from Burlington, Blake Luscombe. He was out in Soderham, and he was saying they needed another forward. So I ended up getting out there because Kars actually, I'm pretty sure you thought you had something in the works.
Yeah, Nikita and I were trying to play together. You had already been in Soderham or something.
Yeah, I had been out there for about a week or so, and you guys had something going on, but same kind of similar thing to the year before.
In Norway, we thought we were gonna go to Norway, yeah, and
it kind of just kept getting pushed back, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So either way, Ty was there, and then he gave me a call.
So I reached out because I knew we needed another forward, we had another import spot. Nikita he was trying to kind of still travel around, do some higher leagues and whatnot, do his own thing. But Kars wanted to come out, so he ended up flying out probably a few days later.
Yeah.
And we had a great time there. There was two other Canadians and one American.
Yeah, that was fun. The five of us hanging out. They were good guys. We lived actually in a little cottage almost. It was kind of two little cottages on a property with a sauna down near the lake or the fjord that we lived on.
With a nice little fishing deck. Yeah. Or dock, sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Coop. Shout out to Coop. That guy's nutty.
Alex
He would
Coop,
go in the cold water, man. He was nutty.
Hey, I would go in there too. Don't discredit me there. This guy, all right. This guy, he would also wear his cape in there with him. But hey, Coop, you still training with Gary Roberts this summer, or no? This guy's a great guy. I love him. But we had a great time there. It was a good house. Like Carr said, we had the sauna there. We had the lake. It was like an ice bath. It was a good time.
Wow. Yeah, that was a good time.
But
until they ran out of money.
They ended up ended up having to pay us in eggs for breakfast. Shout out to all my buddies back home because that's their running bit, and they won't give it up.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. You
Dude,
literally
we
got
used to
paid,
get
eh?
300 free eggs.
No, we didn't get
was a
paid in
box.
eggs, but like that was
But we would
that was
get
our
eggs.
like
You guys got
that was
paid
our
in eggs, let's
bonus.
get real.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
got paid in eggs. Let's get real.
Yeah, I mean, we actually we ate well for breakfast, so we can say that.
That's-
But
I-
yeah, no, they ran out of
lot of
money.
scrambled
They
eggs.
tried giving us like every same thing as our agent basically. You know what? Funny story. Our agent actually messaged me when I got to Sweden. Not our agent, our ex-agent. He goes, "Hey, Ty, heard you're signing Soderham. I know the coach and GM really well. Good luck, because like I kind of left things like on decent terms with this guy. Karst kind of just blew up on this
Yeah,
guy.
he ripped
But
him.
anyways, as soon as this guy messaged me about being in Soderham and knowing the coaches, I instantly was like, uh-oh, like this could turn out like pretty bad. It could go south like real quick here.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, it does. Karst and I end up leaving like halfway through the season in November. Yeah, like Karst said, they ran out of money. They tried telling us, we were going to get it next week. They needed to wait for the government bill. They couldn't pay the electrical bill for the rink. All this nonsense. And we were just like, you know what? Like,
You'll get paid in January.
and we were just like, you know what? We're that's fine. We don't want to like have you guys owe us anymore. So we're going to just cut it off here. We're out of here. We'll give us our release,
Yeah, we asked for our release on paper, so they gave it to us in writing. And
It was on a piece of loose leaf.
Here's a
actually
little,
was.
here's a
Yeah.
little notepad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
no, they printed out the release and everything, whatever. But we had it in our hand, and we went literally 45 minutes down the road and played for our rival.
Yeah. Like it was their big town rival.
That's
Like
hilarious.
it was a great time though.
How'd that work out?
Oh man,
It was
honestly,
awesome. We had a
that
blast.
Was an amazing setup because they had a sponsorship with a car dealership, right? So they got us a brand new vehicle, a little like.
And not that Soderham didn't give us a car. They did. It just didn't work.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
wouldn't start.
Little
Like
difference.
yeah.
We were pulling into the parking lot one day of a grocery store, and everything went black, and we just rolled into the parking spot. We
man.
left it there for fucking 5 days.
No way.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
A couple
yeah.
sleepovers at the grocery store.
Yo,
And
Carson and I went
GM
back.
says, he goes, "Did you change the oil?"
Hey,
Like, bud, the thing went black. And died.
Carson and I went
Should've
back
changed
to
the oil.
visit them after Christmas. Like we went home for Christmas, flew back to Alfta, and then came to Soderham a few weeks later to visit Blake and Serkey and Coop. And the Audi was parked in the same spot.
Yeah.
It didn't move.
Was it the Audi or the Volvo?
Oh,
Which
that
one?
was the Audi. The Volvo was in the parking lot.
Yeah, the Audi
out
was in front of the fuck.
Yeah,
in
oh
front
my
of the apartment. Oh man,
It's
yeah.
funny. But either way, so when we went to Alfta, it was just an amazing
Yeah,
setup.
great group of guys. Like, not that the guys weren't great in Soderham. I still talk to all those guys all the time. Like,
Yeah,
I went
good
back to
dudes.
Soderham the following year. Long story. We'll get into that, I guess, later. But yeah, Alfta, like, still talk to those guys too. Great guys. We had a great time. They
Yeah.
hooked us up with a nice little, like a little chalet cottage type house that was a minute from the rink. We walked to the rink every day. We skated. We had a gym membership. We ate lunch just around the corner from the rink every day. It was a good time there. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, great setup and awesome rink. Cool little rink.
Yeah,
okay? Like,
absolute.
old barn
And
feel.
like laser light show and smoke before.
Oh.
Karst is it's a touchy subject for Karst. I thought it was awesome.
You're not a fan?
I loved it. I used to
Oh,
get fired up, but
Jesus.
okay, so
Yeah,
the only injury I had over there was in this warm up when we did the smoke and laser light show. So I'm skating around, buzzing, and I used to like get fired up before games, and I hoop and holler to get my blood going, and,
And
woo,
he,
right?
he's
Like,
getting
oh,
he's
yeah,
getting
yeah,
his
yeah.
step going.
Get
He's got the
woos
trot going.
And I'm going behind the net, and doesn't one of our like young guys just step in front of me? So I try to avoid him, and I hit the stanchion on the boards, just tear my shoulder.
Oh, this guy
Oh.
blows a tire hard,
Dude,
man.
it hurt so bad. I played the first period, and I got an assist, and then
Got his point and said, "All right,
Literally,
1.1
literally.
period.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
shutting it down."
No, I tried to go back out and
Point per
Martin
game's
sat
on
in.
Yeah.
base.
Oh yeah.
Ah, you fuck you guys. Anyways, they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me go back out.
Yeah,
I tried.
yeah.
Nah, did you?
They were
I tried. I swear.
Yeah, I believe
they
you.
were holding them back. They said, "Cars, we need you for playoffs."
You guys are the best. Holy. So you come back from that?
Yeah. I came back. Actually, I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, I think
miss
we had a
game.
few days off. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we had a few
I
days
didn't
off.
miss
You
a
went and
game.
saw that horse guy too, or was that for your leg or whatever?
I can't remember.
Oh wait,
That
no,
guy
that was in Soderham. That was
Yeah.
in
A
Soderham.
horse guy?
This guy was like a crazy.
That was the one thing they
masseuse.
did do pretty
Half
good
horse,
for
half
us
guy?
in Soderham. They had this horse trainer who like he works on. He's like a physiotherapist too, but like I guess he's a mainly horse trainer. But like he's got these massive hands for working on horses, and he works on like Henrik Zetterberg and
Oh,
Yeah.
all these Swedes out there. So they like he'll fly out to see them, or they'll fly him out there or whatever. But
He's got some cool stories.
that was
too.
a decent thing that was a pretty good thing they did for us. They hooked us up there, and like Mickey, the GM, he took care of Carson and I. It was just kind of the coach that was just a bit of a mucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, kind of like that was my similar situation in Morrisville. These guys kind of just like they didn't really know the game. Like they cared about it. They cared about the team. They wanted to be
Yeah.
there. They loved it. I'm not bashing them for that, but they just weren't open to like their own like to anything that wasn't their own idea. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's-
and then
they're-
he admittedly in a meeting the one time, I remember I was pretty frustrated talking to him because I like to talk to him about just things obviously as a player and I
well,
like
yeah,
to talk to
like
my
you
coach.
will,
and
you want to be.
He admittedly said one time, "I'm not an X's and O's guy. I care more. I would die for this team."
That's what this guy would always go on
And
about.
I'd be
His
like,
dad
okay, that's
started
great,
this
but-
team, and he loved this team, and he put all the time in. And
He's Jackie Moon. You guys ever heard that quote?
Yeah.
I'm a motivator.
that was this guy, man. He would do whatever he could to put fans in the stands, even though we couldn't get any. But yeah.
Either way, that was fun.
Yeah, but
honestly.
I mean, yeah, Kars was there, so I was having a good time. We had a few buddies there. We still had a great time, and obviously, like we said, like we weren't doing the great. Actually, I guess we were winning some games, but like still, we weren't having the best time on the ice, but
yeah.
we were having a blast off the ice, and like that was the biggest thing, right?
Great
That's what it comes
experience.
back to. You gotta make sure when it's a long year, you're enjoying yourselves off the ice. It's the only way to get through it.
Yeah, and that happens in any time in hockey, right? Like, I mean, it could be junior, it could be professional, it could be amateur, it could be anything, right? Doesn't always go your way, but find the little things that make
Yeah.
it fun and appreciate those parts of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good release, right?
Anyways, Ty, I wanted to jump back a little bit because we had talked about it earlier today, but at that time you fought in Denmark because that guy is pretty big and you KO'd him.
Yeah, I
slept
mean,
He knocked him down.
He slept him?
Still up for debate.
I did, but like, I mean, this guy had no clue what he was doing. Like, I'm sure we can find the.
Did he give you the Alex Semin hammer fist? Or was it better than that?
Yeah, no, he did. He had the gloves on too. He kept the gloves
No
on
way.
too.
That's
Oh
good.
You
yeah.
have a video of this?
Oh,
a video
you
of
want to
this?
get your line out?
You gonna give me one?
Yeah.
Okay, we got one, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna post that up with this with this podcast. We're gonna get a nice video for you guys of nice little Lepore sleeping somebody and getting semined. But,
Yeah.
continue with the story.
So anyways, so this guy, like, he honestly he had no clue what he was doing. He was massive, like. But so just to break down what happened, so like we had the puck in our own end. We were playing this team Aalborg. We had a bit of a a bit of a rivalry with them. They played pretty hard. They had some big D, and they like would always go after Carson and I. So their one guy follows me into our corner and rides me out into the boards hard, like from behind, just buries me. And I'm pissed, and like it's behind our end, our net. So I'm down on the ice, like I'm taking my time to get up. Puck goes down into their end. And I start slowly gathering speed, and like as soon as I get to the blue line, this not even the big guy, his D partner gets the puck behind the net, and I kind of try and take a run at him. I may have kind of got off the ice a little, but I think that was more my speed. I was flying. Yeah. You know, I once I get the feet going, I can move. I can move. I can move. Right. I can move. Right. So yeah. So this big guy doesn't like that I'm taking liberties, I guess, and. As soon as I come around the net, he starts cross-checking me, and I'm seeing red at this point, right? Because I just got ran out from behind. Like, I don't even say anything. I toss my gloves. I shed my my mitts, my sticks go in the air. I think I almost hit Karst with my one glove.
One of his gloves in one of the videos, it goes through my legs.
No way.
Yeah, he like
You don't
throws them
see it
up.
because it flies up so high. Like I
Yeah.
honestly had no clue what was going on. I was seeing red. I didn't even know who the guy was. Then I realized how big this guy was, and I kind of just grabbed on and started hanging on for dear life. And then I realized he had no clue what he was doing. So kind of just threw a few, and I caught him with a little upper, and just
Good
dropped
night,
him.
good night,
Sat
Jim
him
Kite.
down.
Yeah,
Sat him
yeah.
down.
We'll get the video for you.
Yeah,
we'll get the
I'm
video
put that
for
up,
you. Don't worry.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Beautiful,
good one.
I can't wait.
I know you love the war stories, Vito.
Oh,
so
you know you
really
can't
like
beat a
that
good
one.
war story
Yeah,
about Karst.
yeah. I mean,
Like,
yeah.
how do you beat a good war story?
Didn't I think that's really the only fight I had in Europe, but I had a few in junior. Nothing.
Like,
I had
you
one
wanted
guy.
to get into junior war stories. I'm in.
I know you got a few, buddy. I know you got the heavyweight belt. I don't want to be going toe to toe with you.
Well, you guys played against each other, and nothing ever happened.
No, I was a cap. That was my.
No.
That was our 20, right? So I was a captain for Thorold, and I played for Fort Erie.
Yeah.
I kind of got asked, but like I kind of, you know what? It wasn't
Who'd
really.
you go with, Abe's? Was it Abraham that asked you, or?
No, so I wasn't allowed to go. So that game, we signed a straight up just someone to skate beside me, and not like I wasn't allowed to
I
fight.
do remember that.
So I wasn't allowed to fight. Because we knew like something would happen. Like they allowed to
Was
come
this
at
when
me.
you guys had Scansy too?
Who?
Scanzano? The
No.
goalie? Did you guys pick him? You guys picked him up.
Maybe
right?
when I was gone. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
after.
Oh, because you left.
Yeah, I got released with the Thorold, but all right, I went to Fort Erie. But,
Oh, all right.
But
okay.
no, we had my buddy out there, and he was just out there to kind of scare around, make sure I didn't do nothing stupid, make sure nothing stupid happened to me, and so I never ended up going Abe's.
Gotcha.
But he's a big boy too. That would've
Oh
been a
man,
battle
yeah,
for sure.
he
He's a
might be
heavy.
one of the toughest guys I've ever played with.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
He's a nail gun, man. He tossed a few guys around in that playoff.
Yeah,
run,
he's
for
a
sure.
big body for
Yeah,
sure. But
yeah.
no, yeah, definitely had our battles. But
Yeah. I mean, Veets and I, we go way back playing against like Niagara Falls and Burlington Eagles.
oh
growing
yeah,
up.
when we both we had it. We were dynamite when we were young.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you guys were unreal.
Yeah, it was big time rivalry. I feel like between us,
Huge.
you guys, Hamilton Bulldogs, and like Oakville Blades were usually pretty good too.
But-
Alton had a decent little run
Yeah,
there
but
for
like
a while.
for like you say these rivalries, like you guys just love beating us.
Yeah, I mean,
more or less. Like,
well,
we weren't
I don't
that
know.
great,
There was a
man.
couple years there. You guys
when
had
we had
you,
Maid-
Reimer, Chuck, Maidens, like
It's
Taylor
not a
Reese.
rivalry if you're
Sammy-
always beating up the one team. It's bullying. Okay?
It's
Yeah.
point night.
I guess
we don't
honestly,
like
it went back and forth. You know,
I
like
tried
each
to
year
fight
it
more
was.
times than I scored against you guys.
It was good times though. Like
Oh, it was
looking
great
back on it,
times.
like those were like the good hard battles that like.
Dude, you only got suspended one game for it. Too.
Oh,
like,
man,
Although we're
it
not
was-
saying go out and fight every game.
Yeah. So there was some decent fights back then too. It's not like those little like just push and scrums. Like there was.
No, yeah, you were allowed to go, but it wasn't. There was no like. Even though it was like I said, I'm talking. When I'm talking about, we're talking about minor midgets, 16, 17
but
years.
still.
Yeah, no, we were 16, 17 years old, so we were older. We kind of knew what we were doing, and we were all trying to fight to get drafted, right? Like that was kind of part of the
Yeah.
game back then too, as we spoke about before, Carson, right? You had to put up the points, but you had to show like you weren't scared to be out there and protect yourself, protect your teammates. So that's what we did, and we had a lot of battles. Remember, I threw down against Burlington. I forget who it was, but he was a solid 6'2", 6'3", solid guy.
Yeah.
and it was a good one.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, you're doing it to stick up for your teammates, and obviously, like, you know, you wanna just be patrolling out there. You don't want to let anything get too crazy, and like you're just playing hard. Like, sometimes, the emotions get the best of you, but obviously, it's like like you said, you're just playing hard, and you're playing.
No, you're serious. You went out there playing to win for sure. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
absolutely, man.
exactly.
And we had a good time, and then we both had pretty solid. We all had kind of solid jokers. And you know what's funny? You ended up playing with our buddy Carl Greco, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had a good
Greg-
Greco-
him on.
You got a good Greco story for us? Yeah, we just had him on last.
Yeah,
podcast.
that's right. So I mean, it was a small world playing against Grex growing up. Didn't really know him, and then he ended up coming to Burlington. I think he might have came from St. Catharines, and then he went to Carleton Place after. I don't know. Maybe it was the other way around, but either way, yeah, great guy. You know, that guy could always rip out a few moves down at the Phil's dance floor up in Waterloo. We had a few trips out there after a few Sunday games, Sunday night Phil's, you know.
Oh, he's got crazy feet, that guy.
Oh,
Matty, you been to Phil's?
buddy.
You're laughing over there.
I've made quite a few appearances at Phil's
Oh,
in
come on.
my day.
Have you?
One or two.
You know what? We gotta talk to Matty. He's just laying in the weeds over there. Let's get a Phil story from Matty, then we'll jump back to Ty. But
Yeah.
we gotta hear
God.
from Matty.
A good Phil story that I can tell in the air. You know what?
What's Phil's like?
It's
Greasy.
It's greasy. To say it's greasy might be an insult to greasy.
It's Matt's kind of place.
Yo, you wish, buddy. I mean, I remember. Oh God, what were we doing? I think it was in the summer, and
I think the bouncer knew Grex by name. Sorry to cut you off,
No.
but Grex was I'm pretty sure the bouncer knew Grex by first name there.
That's amazing.
Anyways, go on, Matty.
No, I mean, I was just saying, we were in the summer, I think. I had a couple buddies that went to Laurier and went to Waterloo. And we were in that kind of same area, kind of buzzing around. And we just get into the bar. And I've never had this experience before. So it was 3 of us that went in there. And within, I want to say 2 minutes, I had no idea where anybody was. So I have no idea where my friends are. I got no car and no ride. My phone's at 20% already. It's 10 o'clock. I'm panicking, so I'm just like, okay, well, you got 2 choices at this point. I'm either going to just leave and call a cab, or I'm going to get absolutely in one.
Exactly, yeah.
You called the cab, eh?
Chose the latter.
Took over the team?
Took over the team, so went to the bar, started going, and I think I ran into shout out to my buddy, Ryan Hale, love that guy. Ran into him at, I want to say, midnight. I was like, oh, where have you been? I was like, what are you talking about? You guys ditched me. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's me, like, going back and forth. We're just talking, like, oh, you left the bar. Like, oh, no, I didn't leave the bar. I've been here the whole time. What are you talking about?
You're consumed by Phil's.
I was,
buddy,
my
Phil's will
God.
do that to you.
Walls at the time, or what?
Look, I went into it. I'm covered in sweat. It's just an ugly scene all around.
Crazy
They ended up going home with a couple of lovely ladies, and I just kind of...
Did you too?
Absolutely not.
No?
0 game at Phil's. I wasn't touching anything in there with a 10-foot pole.
Were you speaking English or no?
No, I was running into my dad's patois. That's what was happening.
Speaking Jamaican.
The Jamaican came out, and that was all she wrote. Nobody wanted a piece of me after that.
That's
too funny.
But
Yeah,
no,
Phil's, they'll do that.
It's a little greasy. It's not my favorite spot, but my God, it's a greasy
But you
thing.
went for a couple round trips there, eh?
You know, you gotta go once or twice. You can't try anything just once. You gotta go twice. In my
There you
opinion.
go.
Yeah,
There
That's
you go.
funny. So we got a good idea what Phil's is like. So anyways, you're telling us about Grex. And
Yeah, so obviously that guy can rip up the D floor. Great guy. Nice little asset to have on the PP with you for sure. You know, me
He's
and
a
him.
good hockey player, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a
Great
good
skater,
hockey player,
good hockey sense. Actually, like moves the puck really well. Like I was actually super pumped when we got him because that was my second year in Burlington, and like I said, like we were struggling that year. Like I was playing a lot, which was nice, but like we weren't doing well. But like it was just a long year. So Grex comes along and gave me another guy to play with. This guy was moving the puck great. He was obviously when you have a D that can skate and move the puck out of your own end, like you guys know, like that's all the difference in the world, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can't get the puck out of your own end. You're not doing anything all game, right? Mm-hmm. So this guy made it a lot easier. He's like I said, he was great to have. We worked the power play very nice together. We did some damage, set off a few red lights there, and
that's awesome.
yeah.
Well, I think we're kind of getting close to the end here. We're at 55 minutes, Ty, but obviously we got a lot of good stuff we talked about. Johnny's got.
I
more.
got.
Sam,
Don't sound so shocked.
No, I'm.
I know I'm bugging. I'm teasing. I got kind of one more kind of lighthearted question for you too.
Yeah,
is
for sure.
kind of off the cuff. I know you're a movie guy. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
100%.
What are a couple, maybe 2-3 movies that are kind of your all-time favorites that you could recommend the audience?
Please say American Pie.
Maybe underrated movies, something that kind of comes to your mind.
Is there like any specific
Anything.
rules here? Or, like we're just talking overall favorite movies.
Literally, fucking anything.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
I know. Any really good movie that comes to your head that's maybe a little underrated. Maybe people that
A little
don't
underrated.
appreciate it or-
Okay. This one actually I heard. I mean, obviously I've seen and I love, but like it came up the other day in conversation, so it's fresh in my mind. Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
Big movie.
Wow.
Great movie.
Hell of a movie.
Great movie. Al Pacino
Yeah.
and Jamie Foxx.
What about any underrated comedy movies? That's something
Underrated comedy movies.
Like I'm a big semi-pro guy. I know that's a
That's a
hugely
great
underrated
movie. I mean, I don't know if this would be underrated. I had a buddy that hadn't seen it up until like a few weeks ago, which just kind of blew my mind. But I mean, that's usually what I say about cars all the time. Hall Pass.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great movie. Jason Sudeikis
He's fun.
and
Really good
Woody
movie.
Harrelson. Or sorry, Owen
Owen
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
Fake
Woody
Chow.
Harrelson. Yeah, great movie.
What's Fake Chow?
Oh,
How
you
do know
seen
Fake
it,
Chow?
Cars? All right, that's surprising.
Hey.
Hey, Matt hasn't seen American Pie.
All right, and third one, or maybe Show, or
Yeah, sure.
Show?
Sure. Yeah.
Power was a really good show. I started watching. Carson and I
That
watched
was
for a
a
while.
good show.
What's that show about?
It was kind of like this guy he was like used to be like
50
a
Cent
drug
produced
dealer.
it.
Yeah, 50 Cent was in it, produced it, wrote a few episodes, maybe directed a few episodes. Great guy. Shout out to my boy 50.
Yeah.
Fitty.
Curtis. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Curtis.
plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying, great flick. Yeah, but anyways, he produced it, and it was like about this guy who was like kind of like a drug dealer in New York who had like a club as like a front.
Mm-hmm.
Really good movie, show. Carson and I watched it in Sweden. Didn't have the greatest ending like most shows. I mean, it's kind of hard to
Yeah, it's hard to wrap up a
like.
show.
Obviously, Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure everyone was pretty disappointed with how
Just
that.
embarrassing.
that
Let's
went.
not even
Yeah.
talk about it.
No. We can talk about it because we don't watch. You know,
Well,
what's
I
an embarrassing
convinced-
ending is The Sopranos. My favorite show going, but what an ending.
I feel kind of bad because I convinced Carson to watch Game of Thrones, and then he had to wait 2 years for
Yeah.
almost 2, maybe 3. He was waiting for the finale because I forced him to watch it, and then he was just disappointed. So I feel bad about that.
It's a tough.
But I
that's
mean,
a
we
bad
had a lot of great nights staying up till
Yeah.
about 7 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Watching.
Couple Entourage, Californication.
Yeah.
couple
Oh yeah.
good
Crushed
series.
a bunch of
Beautiful.
series.
Yeah.
I know that's
A
another
lot of
thing my
fun.
boys back home loved. The fact that we would live on Canadian time. They would be.
Yeah. It was
We
fun.
would be going to bed at the same time
He's
as
playing
they
show
would
with the
be.
boys and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's awesome. You know what, Ty? We had a great time tonight, man. And,
Yeah. Thanks.
And no, man, we want to thank you for coming on, dude. Let's give a little, what we like to do is let's give a little salute out here. Let's grab our bottles. Got some donations to one of these going tonight. And thanks for coming on, Ty. Little cheers here, salute. And man, we had a great time with you. We got to get you back on. We got to get him and Greco on at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
I think what
we'll
a
have
show.
a lot of recurring guests.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel.
Yeah,
It'll be a lot of
100%.
fun.
Absolutely. I think we definitely should thank our off the bench boys here tonight, our co-hosts,
Matty and Johnny.
Matty
Thank
and
you,
Johnny,
boys.
the Slim Reaper and Reynolds turned down a double A contract from the Yankees.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Thanks for having me, guys. It was a blast. It was nice to see you boys and meet you boys. And yeah, I want to get out here with Grex for sure. Serkey said he wanted to come out too. Like, there's a bunch of boys that want to get out here. So yeah, like I know your boy Frankie P said he wanted to be the biggest reoccurring guest, but I think he might have
It's gonna
a
be
bit
a
of
battle.
competition for
we got call out to Frankie P. Call out Frankie P.
Yeah,
Can you feel it? Can you feel it, Frankie?
Yeah, feel it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thanks for coming
All
out,
right, boys,
guys.
thanks
Have a
for
great
having
night.
me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. Honestly, another great episode. What do you think?
Oh, you know what? I played against Porsey since we were like in diapers running around, and to see him how much he's accomplished and all of his great stories, and to see you guys even like got to play together, and you guys got to meet and found out how great of a guy he is.
Yeah, really, just awesome dude. Just from the minute we met, for living in close quarters with a guy for that long and never having an argument is incredible. 2 years and we not once argued. It was crazy.
The hockey world's so small, honestly, and no, honestly, I mean, we just met him tonight too, and we got along right well with him, and very easygoing guy, a lot of fun to talk with. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Once again, I want to thank Tyler Lepore for going on, and Slim, I want to thank you for coming on as always.
Thank you.
Matty, thanks for coming out, co-hosting. You know,
Absolute pleasure.
Beauty. Can't wait to see you out on
part of
on
the first line brawl.
Yeah, first line brawl, first bench brawl. Can't wait to see you on the softball diamond.
Absolutely.
And,
Can't wait for you to be roasting when I go
absolutely.
0 for 3 in my first game.
Thank you guys all for listening. Remember to tune into Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Thanks again, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. And I'm Vito Scaringi. I'm
Carson Johnstone.
I'm Jan Stephenson, a.k.a. The Slim Reaper.
I'm Matty Reynolds. I got one question for you.
Can you feel it now?